All right. I found myself throughout Karen's presentation and Paul and Bob, I'm just shaking my head at everything they're sharing. So you've seen some research. This is really some of this work in practice. So you're going to hear about some programming efforts, but I think hopefully what you'll hear from us is this systems approach, how we scale some of these innovations to really get to some impact. So my name is Julie Brown. I serve as the Vice President of Advanced Learning at the Institute for Advanced Learning and Research in Danville, Virginia. I would like to thank the Career Readiness team at OECD for the opportunity to share two systems that we are scaling across Virginia to connect students to STEM-focused, high-skill, high-wage career opportunities. So hang with me for the next 20 minutes as I share some of the amazing work our region is supporting. Advancing, there we go. All right, first I would like to share some context. Given the international audience, however, I think the current challenges and realities will resonate no matter the geography. Virginia has a population of about 8.6 million. The Southern Virginia region, if you can't tell by my accent and my cold, where a majority of our work is focused, our population here is about 375,000. So our region is really classified as a micropolitan rural region of Virginia. We have a legacy of textile and furniture manufacturing that dates back to 1882. Approximately 19% of our occupations are still in manufacturing. Starting in the 1990s, we lost thousands of jobs. They were outsourced. Entire families were laid off, and many of them moved away. Because of this history and negative perception of manufacturing jobs, we struggle to recruit talent. Manufacturing is still the primary driver of our economy, and our employers are reporting that jobs remain open because they cannot find workers with the right skills. Today's manufacturing jobs require a more technical workforce with programming and mechatronics skills, along with critical thinking and problem-solving skills. We also see racial and gender differences where we are disproportionately recruiting white males into these high-skill, high-wage opportunities. Our higher education institutions are also experiencing decreasing enrollments in their technical programs that were designed and offered to support our regional businesses. To address these challenges, several higher education institutions, in concert with their industry partners, developed GoTech, Great Opportunities in Technology and Engineering Careers, an initiative that focuses on creating pathways, talent pipelines, and scale in targeted industry sectors. And here you'll see a picture of some of where our pipeline starts is with our middle school students. GoTech is designed to provide seamless career pathways and career exposure for students starting in middle school. So these are 11-year-olds and continues through their secondary school experience and into post-secondary or that tertiary education experience. The strategic talent pathways support manufacturing broadly in areas such as precision agriculture, welding, machining, mechatronics, biotech, automation and robotics, programming, and cybersecurity. These talent pathways are then scaled across multiple cities and counties so that thousands of public school students have similar education and training opportunities focused on high-wage careers. We are creating a bigger funnel in talent development. Virginia has invested over $5 million in middle school career connection labs that provide high-tech, hands-on learning with business-relevant equipment in each of the identified pathways. Students are using 3D printers, laser engravers, virtual welding simulators, VEX and Doobot robots, Raspberry Pis. They're also exposed to career opportunities in the region where we use the power of storytelling to show our students a non-traditional worker who has chosen a STEM career along with the required education and training programs. The equipment and lesson resources are standardized. Industry and higher education partners affirm that the equipment, the terminology, and the lesson activities are appropriate and current. An additional $5 million has been invested on upper secondary and higher education programs that complete our pathways. So what started in 3 middle schools has now expanded, and this is during the pandemic. We started in 3 middle schools. We've now expanded to 25 middle schools across Virginia. We anticipate that number will grow to 50 schools by 2025, which at that point will be at a 20% saturation rate in middle schools in Virginia. We are no longer telling our economic development prospects about the 40 welders that one community college is producing. We talk to them about the 400 welders that we are producing, and then we take them to a middle school where they see a female student of color engaged in hands-on learning, outcompeting her peers. Virginia is making a long-term investment in talent development. Each region is supported by a training lab, and that's noted by a T on the map, and 2 full-time GoTech staff members. Each of these training labs support teacher training and economic development tours. The staff provide emergency technical support to teachers if they are experiencing equipment issues. This infrastructure with teacher support we found is critical to GoTech expansion in Virginia. The adoption of GoTech across multiple public school divisions also allows for rapid integration of new technologies. Both the non-destructive testing unit and the vertical ag unit that you see in these pictures were purchased, beta tested for program inclusion, and deployed to classrooms with curricula within 8 months. Given the speed of change, this is the competitive advantage for our students and our businesses. And since the equipment and learning opportunities are standardized, we are able to offer problem-based learning and design competition to students, all students. Our recent VEX challenge was offered during the school day. It was offered at no cost to students, eliminating barriers that often prevent disadvantaged students from participating. And there's a lot on this slide. This is that second kind of pathway and framework that I wanted to share. So the GoTech pathway system, which really becomes an academic and educational pathway starting in high school or in upper secondary, is really supported by this second employer-driven system that we call Empower, and you'll see that power button from our GoTech logo that's in this logo as well. As GoTech transitions to academic and skill preparedness in upper secondary school, Empower is our system to provide career awareness, exposure, and experience opportunities, all supported by our regional employers. Our framework is derived, and you've heard this from Paul's presentation, derived from Jobs for the Futures model. We align our programming efforts to this framework. So many of these programs already existed. We've now taken them and put them in this framework to think about our policy challenges, how do we scale successful practice, and how do we collect data to make sure that we are being successful in scaling and connecting our young people to careers. Similar to GoTech, the Empower programs are scaled across our cities and counties. We challenged ourselves to ask, what would it take to make certain 100% of our high school students have a high quality work-based learning experience by the time they graduate? Our Empower programming provides multiple opportunities for employer engagement, which is critical to our efforts. These engagement opportunities vary by time commitment and student audience. We support a 2-day career expo event where over 100 employers provide a hands-on learning experience for 7,000 students and talk to them about career opportunities. We partner with employers to offer summer camps that are sector-based and target students prior to confirming their high school academic and career plans. Our employers host teachers and career counselors for a week-long externship in the summer. This is a paid experience for our educators where they spend a day in 4 different businesses and take what they learned back into their classrooms, adding relevance to their lessons, or by sharing the opportunities with students as they provide career guidance. We offer multiple day-long mock interview events during the school day, but away from their base school at different host locations, where high school students hear directly from employers by participating in career readiness sessions, a business lunch, and an individualized interview with a local business representative. In our region, we face high poverty rates, low per capita income, lower higher education attainment rates, and the list goes on. We have partnered with local governments to expand the number of paid internships for high school students. We are working to expand the number of registered apprenticeships in the region, targeting youth registered apprenticeships in manufacturing and apprenticeships in non-traditional sectors such as healthcare. These efforts are critical for many of the students who cannot defer earning an income in exchange for pursuing costly higher education. Awareness of these opportunities is supported by the adoption of a common digital platform by all 15 of our school divisions. Our employers are not interested in learning 15 different online platforms. We're going to be doing good if we can get them to learn one platform. Over 23,000 students in our region can access career exposure activities, micro-credentials, and work-based learning experiences within the platform. This is critical as we address bias, both conscious and unconscious, and ensure that all of our students have access to career exposure information and opportunities for paid work-based learning connected to their chosen career paths. And these are just some pictures of some of those events. Thank you for the opportunity to share. Please reach out to me if you'd like information on GoTech or any of our Empower programming. And with that, I'm happy to respond to questions.